Happy 2019, MoviePass subscribers or MoviePass X subscribers. I realize that there's a lot of you that have been defecting over the past few months, and that's cool. I'm here talking about alternatives to MoviePass in 2019. Now, as you know, 2018 started off as a great year, and then it wound up terrible for MoviePass, and more importantly for people like you and me that were its subscribers. Now, it's Super Bowl weekend next weekend, so to give it sort of like a metaphor, MoviePass in 2018 was a lot like the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl 2 years ago against the Patriots. They had a great first half, and then everything just fell apart in the second half. And of course, technically, I think we can say that MoviePass more or less had a great first quarter because things really started to go bad around April and May and even March. Things started to slip there, but definitely fell apart after the summer, after the second half of the year. So I want to talk about 5 alternatives for MoviePass if you are considering moving on to another service, or if you've already given up and you're saying, well, I don't even know I'm still subscribing to this channel. I don't like MoviePass. Well, I'm here to tell you probably still like movies. And there are other ways for you to score similar or at least kind of like interesting deals on movies. So let's start with number 1, and that is AMC Stubs A-List. Now, I reviewed it back when it launched in the summer, and I gotta tell you, it's the one plan that has been consistently great since June when it launched, in June 24th, 26th, and late June it launched, early summer. And the cool thing about AMC Stubs A-List is that it is predictable. You know exactly what you're going to pay, and it's $20 a month. It went up to $22 and $24 a month earlier this month in some markets, but anyone that signed up before December has locked in for 12 months that rate. So what's neat about AMC Stubs A-List is that if you have an AMC theater near you, it is a pretty good deal. You can see up to 3 movies a week, which is at least 12 movies a month if you add it all up. And I say at least because obviously 11 of the 12 months have more than 28 days. So, you can actually catch maybe 15 movies in a month if you time it just right. So the cool thing about the AMC Stubs A-List is that it's owned by AMC. So unlike MoviePass, which was never a sustainable model, the AMC Stubs A-List actually gets out there and says, all right, we own the theater, we own the concessions, we can make things work for you. So it's a modest price to pay. You can reserve your seats days ahead of time. You don't have to do it the same day. You can obviously make many AMC theaters let you pick seats. More importantly, you can see an IMAX screening, a 3D screening. AMC doesn't care. You're paying with the same flat rate anyway. So if you're going to go see a movie and it's available in 3D or available in IMAX or available in Dolby Cinema, go for it. There are some special titles that are excluded, not new titles, but just limited release and stuff like that at special events that are not covered. But it's still a great deal if you happen to live near an AMC event. AMC is your go-to theater. There's no reason why you should not be joining AMC Stubs A-List as an alternative to MoviePass. Number 2, Sinemia. Now, Sinemia is the closest we can get. It's like the kissing cousin to MoviePass in that if you want to be a free agent, if you want to basically not have to deal with one branded movie theater chain or join 2 different movie clubs along the way as movie chains roll out their movie-specific chains, you could actually join Sinemia. And it has the same problem as MoviePass in that it is not making money from the tickets. It's buying tickets retail for the most part, and it's something that, Sinemia is losing money with its most active users, but at least it caps things at a level that is at least financially sustainable for them, that they're not bleeding as much money as MoviePass did until they got restrictive. So it's not that complete freedom you had with MoviePass about a year ago. That may never come from any outsider or even internal exhibitor that will be putting that kind of plan out. But Sinemia is at least viable, and it's been working for most people. It hasn't been like MoviePass where you wake up one day and you go, maybe I'm going to see a movie. It's all up to what the app tells me, and then whether I can check in and when I get to the theater. Not as many hoops to jump through. So Sinemia is obviously an alternative to look at, and it's Sinemia with an S. And it's like cinema, but with S and then IA instead of A. So it's an S and an I as in C. But it's not owned by a Spanish company. It is a European company, but not from Spain. So go figure, Sinemia. Number 3, I want to talk about the Cinemark Movie Club, which is one that we really haven't talked a lot about here. I think there's just one of my previous videos that discussed it in passing. if you are living near a Cinemark theater, and if you happen to be Cinemark as your go-to, the Cinemark Movie Club is a pretty good deal. You pay $8.99 a month, and you get one free 2D movie. And you're thinking, well, yeah, I mean, I can actually catch that same movie for less than $8.99 if I time it just right. But the neat thing about this is that every movie ticket after that, you can add on more tickets for $8.99. And you get 20% off on concessions. So if you're the kind of person that actually buys your stuff at the concession stands and you're not just pocketing those Milk Duds in one pocket and stuffing that microwave popcorn in your purse, this is the kind of stuff that could appeal to you and could pay off with the very first movie. Even if you didn't see a movie, you could probably make that back within the concession savings alone. So the Cinemark Movie Club is probably them and AMC, or AMC, I think AMC is superior because it offers a more wide-ranging product where you can see a lot of movies. You pay more, of course. But Cinemark has a great product out there. And one cool thing about Cinemark I did not mention is that the movies carry over. So if you didn't catch a movie in January, and you paid through January, and February comes around, you can catch 2 movies covered in that $8.99, as long as it's standard traditional stuff. If you want to see a 3D or an IMAX, you have to upgrade, pay a premium, but it's an upcharge fee. You don't have to buy the completely new ticket that way. So there is that. And then we get to number 4. And number 4 is just save money when you go to the movies. Now, I did a video last month, and it'll be linked to on this video at the end, that shows you 5 credit cards, 5 no annual fee credit cards, where you can get 2, 3, 4, and in some cases 5% back of everything you spend at movie theaters and movie theater concessions, movie stands, and stuff like that. So definitely check that out. And you're thinking, well, I mean, what's saving 3, 4, 5%? If you're going to a lot of movies, it does make sense. And even if you subscribe to one of these plans, AMC Stubs A-List, the Movie Club, even Sinemia, you can charge them on these cards and make that money back as well. So it is a way to get your entertainment cheaper, slightly cheaper. But that's not the only way you can save time at the movies. And I'm going to make a bigger video where I talk about all these ways, but basically just sort of numerically bullet pointing them. You obviously can see a matinee, a cheaper matinee. Most theater chains have cheaper screenings in the day. Sometimes you have stuff early in the day, really cheap, like AMC has AM Cinema on weekends. If you see a movie before noon, it's just about $5 or $6 sometimes, even in big markets. So there's that. There's also, you can sign up for free screenings. And theaters like Sony and other theaters, they like to have people come in and watch movies weeks, if not months ahead of time, to go ahead and say, all right, let's screen these movies in front of people, see how they react, and sometimes you just have to fill a survey at the end of it. But all you have to do is just sign up. I know Sony has one that's active, and it's in the old days, some of these screenings, they wanted only really young people, but I can assure you, if someone with my salt and pepper facial hair can manage to get in there without lying about my age, they don't care anymore. They realize that everyone's an influencer. It's not just for millennials or you know, the next generation. It's for all people. Sign up for these things, you get free screenings. And of course, it's not always the movie you want to see, and when you go, it's probably going to be pretty crowded because free movies obviously generate traffic, but it's another way for you to go out and see it. The other way, another way to save money is check out other promotions that may happen. You know, if you belong to a credit union, they may be able to sell you cheap tickets. You can probably get discounted cards. Amazon has gift cards that sometimes they have discounts on like AMC and Regal and all these other things. Wireless companies. If you are AT&T on Tuesdays, you can buy one, get one free at an AMC cinema. If you happen to be a T-Mobile customer, early in the week, every Tuesday, they come out with freebies or discounted. And sometimes they have discounts for like Atom tickets or a Fandango or something like that, where you do get discounts. It's not every week, but if you are a T-Mobile subscriber, if you're an AT&T subscriber, or Verizon and Sprint, they may have stuff out there, Cricket, whatever it is. Look into these deals because there's a lot of ways to get into movies for less, just with stuff that connections you already have in your life. So those are some of the ways you can save movies by just making the movies cheaper without joining any club. You can be a free agent and just, you know, pick and choose what you want and try to do it in savings. And fifth and finally is MoviePass. Now, I didn't mean to go M. Night Shyamalan on you and throw you a curve, but I think that it's possible that MoviePass, as much as people love to ride it and hate on it right now, it's not necessarily over for them. They're still raising money. The company itself is going to split off MoviePass from Helios and Matheson Analytics at some point, at least they want to. So there's stuff that can be happening that the company may find a way to become viable. it probably will never really happen in the way that they would like to, and they probably lost all their credibility about a year ago, less than a year ago, when things started to go south. But MoviePass is still around. They're still rolling out new plans. And if you are an ex-subscriber or a regular subscriber, you know that they're hitting you with a lot of emails of stuff lately for stuff that they're trying to do. So MoviePass is not exactly phoning it in. They know they have to try harder. They know they have a reputation to rebuild. So I wouldn't recommend you buy a year subscription to MoviePass at this point, no matter how compelling it may be. The company's definitely on very dire financial straits. But there's no reason why MoviePass itself at some point this year may not be able to turn itself around. Maybe it gets acquired by some company that has a vested interest in however many million people. It was 3.2 million members of MoviePass back in the summer. And I would be surprised if it's more than 1 million or so. And those people are just because they don't know how to cancel or they haven't gotten around to canceling. So, but don't give up on MoviePass, because it is the 5th alternative to MoviePass at some point in 2019. So that is my video. I think this is actually my first MoviePass related video of 2019. I will be back with more, not always about MoviePass, about ways you can save money in movies. I'll make a video dedicated on that and a lot of the other things I spelled out here. But do subscribe. Do continue to remain a subscriber if you've made it this far. I appreciate that. Obviously, talking about MoviePass was really cool a year ago, and now it's not as popular. But movies themselves, the box office has had a great 2018 because of MoviePass and all the imitators that popped up. And I think 2019 is going to be a very exciting year if you want to go to movies and if you want to save money at the movies. So stay close. I will give you some cool deals as they come out. And that's it. I will see you next week. This is Moon Pies out.